Let's go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from the Atlantic Wrestling Federation. We are here tonight in the beautiful city of Orlando, Florida, at the Orlando Sports Stadium with a complete night of action. Fans are already filling up the seats. Solo promoter Grant Bachoco first in line. Jay Randis with us. Neely Bob and his entourage coming in. Tracy Brooks and the Velvet Posse. Neil Lau, a principal in tonight's main event. And it is going to be a big one, with implications for the Butcher Legacy Championship. If you were here last week, you saw what went down when Bob Orton Sr. from Great North Wrestling took down Larry ZBYSZKO from Velvet to win the Butcher Legacy Championship 1 week ago tonight in Detroit. After that match, a melee went down. Everybody got involved, throwing hands. Larry ZBYSZKO with the Pearl Harbor job on Bob Orton Jr. alongside Tracy Brooks, also helping ZBYSZKO put the boots to Bob Orton Sr. And Cowboy Bill Watts tried to get involved on behalf of Orton. And Cowboy Bill Watts was face down by Neely Bob in the center of the ring. And I don't think that was likely to end well for Neely Bob, but luckily all sorts of officials joined in and broke apart the fracas. But in the aftermath of that fracas, a tag team match was proposed. And Heartland Commissioner Epic Dave on the scene proposed that ZBYSZKO find a partner and Orton find a partner to square off tonight in Orlando. And if ZBYSZKO's team wins that match, ZBYSZKO will get a rematch at the Butcher Legacy Championship. So Bob Orton wasted no time going deep into the dastardly realms of wrestling history to grab Abdullah the Butcher as his tag team partner and second. And boy, that's not going to make too many fans happy around Velvet Wrestling. Larry ZBYSZKO did things the old-fashioned way and commissioned a tournament in Velvet Wrestling to choose his partner. That tournament was won by Ted DiBiase. DiBiase joining forces with Larry ZBYSZKO tonight to take on Bob Orton and Abdullah the Butcher. Bad blood running deep between these representatives of Great North Wrestling and Velvet Wrestling. So we'll see what happens in tonight's main event. As the stands are filling up. Solo promoter Jay Randis, Neely Bob, Jim Lawrence does not have a refereeing gig tonight because it's Easter weekend, and he is pumped to watch. JM Mark Ferguson is with us. And Barbara113, welcome one and all to the channel. Yeah, we're doing this on Saturday. Tomorrow is Easter, and for those of you who celebrate, a blessed Easter to all of you. I just didn't feel like I had the wrestling vibe in me for a wrestling broadcast on Easter Sunday, so we're rolling on Saturday night tonight, and we'll have more announcements later in the evening about what is lying ahead. Now, prior to action, prior to the broadcast, we did have some preliminary matches in Orlando from the Atlantic Wrestling Federation. Pulling double duty, Ted DiBiase, who works in both these federations, and for anybody who is involved in these interpromotional matches, you are free to use any wrestler you want in any promotion you want at any time. We do not have any restrictions on that. And DiBiase, of course, the jet setter, is able to travel around the world at his leisure and appear in both Velvet Wrestling and Heartland Championship Wrestling. He was here tonight in Orlando with his partner, Curt Hennig, representing the Golden Dynasty. And Hennig and DiBiase joined forces in our main event to defeat the team of the Killer Bees. Curt Hennig with the Hennigplex to score the victory over Jim Brunzell in the opening tag team match. Pat Patterson making his return to action after an unsuccessful attempt to regain his NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Patterson returning to Orlando and picking up a win over Leo Namalini here in Orlando via countout, after Patterson delivered a vicious suplex to Namalini on the arena floor. Lou Thesz then took on Rene Goulet, and Lou Thesz with a very decisive victory over Goulet, finishing him off with the Greco-Roman backdrop. And just before we came to air, it was more shenanigans from the Golden Dynasty, as their man Kenta took on Blackjack Mulligan. Mulligan having his problems with all the members of the Golden Dynasty, including his own son, Barry Windham. Mulligan and Barry Windham not seeing eye to eye about Windham's involvement with Ted DiBiase and his Golden Dynasty. Tonight it was Mulligan taking on Kenta. And sure enough, who appears at ringside but Golden Dynasty member Curt Hennig. Hennig providing the distraction, and Kenta taking advantage with a top rope double stomp to get the pinfall victory over Blackjack Mulligan. The frustration continues for Blackjack Mulligan in his battle against all the members of the Golden Dynasty. And that brings us to where we are right now for our televised matches. So let's get things rolling here in Orlando. Ladies and gentlemen, your opening televised matchup, scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect. Introducing first out of Sweetwater, Texas, he represents the Golden Dynasty. He stands at 6'7" and weighs 273 pounds. This is Barry Windham. And his opponent hails from Tampa, Florida. Standing at an even 6 foot tall, weighing 258 pounds, this is Paul Orndorff. So it should be a good match here, Orndorff and Barry Windham. And as we're preparing the ring and the referee is giving his instructions, we do have an update in the chat room from Neely Bob. Lena Cross pinned Leilani Kai to win her belt. Well, congratulations to Lena Cross. And thank you for the update there, Neely Bob. And let's get things started here in the match. So congratulations to Lena Cross on becoming your new Butcher Ladies Legacy Champion. All right. And is Orndorff and Windham now coming together in the center of the ring to get things started. And already we have got shenanigans here in Orlando, as Bear 805 joins us, where Bear 805 shows up. Shenanigans cannot be far behind. And as we go to our Face to the Mat Shenanigans book, we go to the role of Paul Orndorff. Is he quick? He is not. Orndorff, the quicker of the two men in this situation. So Windham throws an object at Orndorff and nails Orndorff with some sort of projectile. And Orndorff will start the match on the defensive here as Windham takes control. And it is Windham right away going with a big suplex, and Orndorff is down. Shenanigans successful by Barry Windham. And now Windham with a big knee drop. And Orndorff slowly getting to his feet as Windham's on him with another big suplex. Orndorff again getting to his feet. Windham comes at him with a series of European uppercuts, and Orndorff has had about enough of that. Orndorff will fire back with a stomp to the midsection. Repeated stomps to the midsection, driving Barry Windham into the corner. And now Orndorff is going to pull Windham out of the corner with a big vertical suplex, a stalling vertical suplex, demonstrating his strength, holding Windham overhead, holding, and finally down to the canvas hard goes Barry Windham. Orndorff now in control, and he is going to immediately take things out of the ring. Out of the ring, Orndorff with the advantage on the arena floor. And on a roll of 12, that's a big move from Paul Orndorff. He just backdropped Barry Windham onto the announcer's table. We may see a count out here on a roll of snake eyes, but on a roll of 5, Windham able to get back to his feet and get back into the ring. Orndorff is ready and waiting, and now Orndorff with a big forearm drop that stuns Barry Windham. Orndorff maintaining the offensive with a running elbow to the head. Windham's head not very happy with that. And now Orndorff with a series of brutal knee lifts. We have seen him do all kinds of damage to his opponents with these knee lifts. And Windham absorbing the punishment, backing into the turnbuckle once again as the brutal knee lifts continue. Orndorff trying to take the breath out of Barry Windham. Now he hits him with a right hand upside the head, and Windham is staggered. Orndorff on the offensive here, full on aggression, more stops in the corner from Orndorff. And now another brutal knee lift from Orndorff right to the breadbasket, and Windham is doubled over down to one knee. Orndorff is on him. A series of right hand punches. Windham will not stay down. Orndorff comes at him with more of those stomps. Windham covering up in the corner as Orndorff now hits him with a running elbow to the head, and now Windham will fire back. Windham with a whip. Let's see, he's going to attempt a one-arm body slam. This is a choice B maneuver. He can hit that on an agility roll of 8 or lower or turnbuckle A, so he'll go for the agility roll, 8 or lower, and he got him with that elbow smash. And Orndorff now backs off. Windham now with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Orndorff, but on a roll of 5, it is Orndorff who gets there first and knocks Windham back down to the canvas with a running shoulder tackle. Orndorff back in control. More of those right hands, punishing Barry Windham. Orndorff taking no prisoners here, continuing to stomp away at Barry Windham. Orndorff now with more of those right hand punches. Windham going to attempt to fire back. And this time he is going to go for that one-arm body slam again on a roll of 8 or lower. He got him up, over, and down. And Orndorff slow to get to his feet. Windham now comes at him with another big suplex. Both men staggering to their feet. This match has taken a lot out of both of them. As Windham comes at him with a drop kick. Didn't get all of it, but got enough of it to knock Orndorff off balance and send him staggering back. And now another big suplex by Barry Windham. Windham's going to go for the cover. The pinroll here is Snake Eyes, but Orndorff able to kick out. And the match will continue with Windham now having the momentum. Windham now going for that Sweetwater superplex. That is a 0 finisher. The pinroll here is 3. And on a roll of 3, he got it. Wow, how about that? Barry Windham with the Sweetwater superplex gets the victory over Paul Orndorff after a brutal, hard-fought match. Lots of striking, lots of punishment delivered by both men. But Barry Windham is your winner, and the Golden Dynasty celebration continues here tonight in Orlando as the Golden Dynasty takes all 3 of their matches here in Orlando. Ted DiBiase and Kurt Hennig with that opening tag team victory. Kenta with a win over their nemesis Blackjack Mulligan. And now Barry Windham getting the win over Paul Orndorff by way of the Sweetwater Superplex. All right, I think we're caught up in the chat room. Yeah, that stunned Orndorff. That got him. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, a grudge match. A few weeks ago in Charlotte, there was a very heated tag team match pitting the team of the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, against the team of Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito. And an altercation took place in that match between Fuji and Doc Gallows that resulted in Doc Gallows assaulting Fuji with a boot and costing his team the disqualification. But emotions continue to run high between these two and their respective factions. And tonight it will be a grudge match. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, with no time limit and no disqualification. This is a grudge match. Introducing first out of Osaka, Japan. He stands at 5'10". He weighs 258 pounds. This is Mr. Fuji. He is accompanied to the ring by his tag team partner, Mr. Saito, and their manager, the one and only Nikita Breznikov. So Breznikov and Saito will be watching the action closely as their man, Mr. Fuji, goes into this grudge match situation against his opponent. Standing at 6'8" tall, weighing 290 pounds, out of Chicago, Illinois, this is Doc Gallows. So Doc Gallows coming out to take on Mr. Fuji. Gallows, of course, accompanied by his own tag team partner, the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson. But the principals tonight are Fuji and Gallows, and they are in the ring and ready to get it on. Grudge match dice in play, as Gallows and Fuji square off in the center of the ring, and it will be Mr. Fuji taking the opening initiative role and sending Doc Gallows to the corner with a whip to the turnbuckle. And Gallows explodes off the turnbuckle and catches Fuji with a knee to the head. Fuji right away is stunned, and Gallows is on him with another big boot. Another big boot from Doc Gallows to Fuji has Fuji staggered. And now it is Doc Gallows with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Mr. Fuji, and on a roll of 9, that is the power roll. And by far, Doc Gallows with the power advantage in this matchup. Gets a running shoulder tackle on Fuji. Fuji once again is down. And Doc Gallows now with a super kick. Great agility for such a big man to deliver that super kick. Fuji still keeps his feet, but now Doc Gallows with a fireman's carry into a big flapjack dumps Fuji face first onto the canvas. Fuji slowly getting to his feet. Doc Gallows stays on him. Another big flapjack, and Fuji slowly getting to his feet this time. As Gallows stays on him, he executes that move a third time, and now Fuji is going to roll out of the ring and down to the arena floor, and here we go. Both these men A-rated brawlers, and both of them bringing their A game to this one. And it will be Fuji. Let's see, no, it was Fuji who left the ring, so it is Gallows who wins the brawl on the arena floor with a throat drop onto the security railing. Goodness gracious, Doc Gallows dumping Fuji onto the security railing. Now they come back into the ring. And it is Gallows who is going to hit another big super kick. Fuji is able to finally get to his feet and deliver a punch to Gallows. Gallows not having any of that, as Gallows comes right back again with another whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Mr. Fuji, and on a roll of 7, that is a running back elbow from Doc Gallows that sends Fuji down to the mat once again. Gallows stays on him, another big boot, followed with another whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Fuji, but on a roll of 2, that is a pin attempt for Fuji. As Doc Gallows tried a sunset flip, but Fuji grabs his legs and folds him up, and Gallows kicks out with authority. Fuji now in control. Fuji coming up for a death jump. Both these men C-rated on the death jump chart, and on a roll of 8, that is Fuji coming off with a flying double axe handle. That sends Gallows down to the canvas once again. Fuji now with a twisting back headbutt. He's going to go for a cover, The pin roll here is 3, and on a roll of 6, Gallows able to kick out again. Carl Anderson very concerned at ringside as Fuji has captured the momentum, and Fuji now is going to come at him again with a double thrust to the throat. That looked like it might have hurt, but Gallows finally slowly getting to his feet. Fuji stays on him now with a big kamikaze clothesline. Once again, Doc going for the cover, and once again Fuji goes for the cover, and Doc once again kicks out. He is in some trouble here as Nikita Breznikov circles the ring in a very predatory fashion. As Fuji starting to take control here. And now it is going to be Fuji pitching Doc Gallows out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And here we go again. And this time it will be Doc Gallows winning the brawl on the arena floor and hurling Mr. Fuji into the crowd. Meeting of the minds now. Fuji, Saito, and Nikita Breznikov trying to collect their respective thoughts. As Fuji rolls back into the ring, and Gallows is going to pull him out of the ring once again. And shenanigans starting in Orlando, brought to you by Doc Gallows. He is going to get Carl Anderson involved. Anderson now getting involved with Fuji. And it is Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson winning the brawl on the arena floor and roughing up Mr. Fuji before Saito and Breznikov finally come over to break things up. But the first scrum of the night, Doc Gallows able to get his shots in on Mr. Fuji and turn the momentum back in favor of his partner. And now it is going to be Gallows going for a big body slam and a cover, and Fuji able to kick out. After the power slam delivered by Doc Gallows, that pump handle power slam that shattered that shook the ring. Fuji now in trouble. And now it is a Gallows pole. A hangman's neck breaker attempted. And Fuji forced to kick out again. And now it is going to be Fuji rolling out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Action once again on the arena floor, and this time it is Fuji and his team winning the brawl on the arena floor. We're back into the center of the ring, and we're back out of the ring just like that. Gallows tried to get back into the ring. Fuji grabs him by the leg and pulls him back out to the arena floor. And now we have got a foreign object coming into play. A sledgehammer has been taken from under the ring. And Fuji is going to come after Doc Gallows with the sledgehammer, but it is Doc Gallows who blocks the sledgehammer shot with a boot to the gut, grabs the sledgehammer and slugs Mr. Fuji right in the breadbasket. Doc Gallows now clearing ringside with that sledgehammer. Fuji rolling back into the ring. Gallows is waiting for him there. He's going to go for a big suplex power slam. He hits it. He's going to go for the cover. And on a roll of 6, he got him. So congratulations to Doc Gallows for winning this wild grudge match after just clearing house with that sledgehammer. Fuji thought he would be cute and get a sledgehammer involved. Doc Gallows with a big boot to the head disarmed Fuji of that sledgehammer. Cleared out everybody with that sledgehammer, sending Fuji and Breznikov and Saito all scattering in different directions until Fuji scattered back into the ring. Doc Gallows got him with a big suplex power slam for the pin and your victory. All right, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Doc Gallows for a big win in the grudge match with that suplex power slam after cleaning house with the sledgehammer to take out Saito and Breznikov and open the door for him to get the pinfall victory. Another announcement from Velvet Wrestling. We have a new Velvet champion in Gregory Irons. How about that? Haven't heard that name in a minute, but Gregory Irons, very popular wrestler back in Chikara in the day, along with the Ohio Territories. I believe he was involved in CZW and Absolute Intense Wrestling. So a good A good accolade for Gregory Irons, well deserved, as he has captured the Velvet Championship. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is going to be very intriguing. It is a number 1 contenders match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship between two tag teams who are both headquartered right here in the Atlantic Wrestling Federation. These two teams have been battling over the Atlantic Tag Team Championship, and both of them have been working so hard that they have both risen to the top of the World Tag Team Championship ratings. So this match will not be for the Atlantic Tag Team Championship, but this is a number 1 contenders match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship, currently held by the Midnight Express. Midnight Express holding those titles now for over a year, if I'm correct. So, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with no time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect. This is a number 1 contenders match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by the lovely SoCal Val. They are your reigning Atlantic Tag Team Champions. Out of Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, standing at 6'2", weighing 246 pounds, this is Paul Diamond. And his tag team partner out of Honolulu, Hawaii, standing at 5'10", weighing 205 pounds, this is Pat Tanaka, collectively known as Bad Company, B-A-D-D. Bad Company. And man, what a run these guys had in the AWA. They were tremendous. Then they got to the WWE and they got lost in the shuffle and messed over and never really were used to their full potential in WWE. But in the AWA, managed by Diamond Dallas Page, of all people, before Page got into active competition. But they had quite the run as AWA Tag Team Champions. So I was very happy to see these two men commemorated in the Legends of Wrestling universe in their Bad Company persona. But their opponents, collectively known as the Wild-Eyed Southern Boys, first, out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, he stands at 6'3". He weighs 238 pounds. This is the man they call Wildfire, Tommy Rich. And his tag team partner hails from Springfield, Tennessee, standing at 6'2" and weighing 236 pounds. Say hello to Tracy Smothers. So Tracy Smothers and Tommy Rich moving out against Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka, with SoCal Val ready at ringside in this high-stakes matchup for a shot at the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Starting things off, it will be Tommy Rich and Pat Tanaka for their respective teams. And as they come together in the center of the ring, it's Tommy Rich who takes the opening initiative with a big body slam. Down to the canvas hard goes Pat Tanaka. Wow, he really hit the mat hard. He is down. And Tommy Rich coming at him with a big pile driver. Tanaka finally able to roll away and slowly stagger to his feet, but Rich with all the momentum here to kick things off. And now a big right uppercut from Tommy Rich stuns Pat Tanaka once again. Rich maintains control. Rich comes at him with another big right uppercut, and Pat Tanaka is stunned. That's going to open the door for a double team opportunity for the Southern Boys. And on a roll of 3, they got all of that one. A devastating double team move. That is going to be an add 1 on Pat Tanaka, who eats the first point of fatigue of the match. And now Tracy Smothers is in the ring and in control, looking to put an end to this one early, as he goes with a moonsault body block, and Tanaka once again is down. SoCal Val very anxious at ringside, slapping the mat in support of her man Tanaka. And now another moonsault body block takes Smothers down, or takes Tanaka down. And Tanaka not able to make the tag. Here comes Tommy Rich again. Another double team opportunity and another devastating tag team move. Tracy Smothers, Tommy Rich firing on all cylinders here tonight in Orlando. And Pat Tanaka on the receiving end. And now it is Tommy Rich going to go with that wildfire sleeper. He's going to try and put an end to this one right away. Tanaka staggering to get himself free. And now Diamond is going to hit the ring and attempts to intervene on behalf of his partner. And on a roll of 4, it is Paul Diamond able to hit Wildfire Rich with an enziguri to the back of the head. And that takes Tommy Rich down to the canvas. Tanaka able to get to his feet as Diamond is being escorted out of the ring, but the damage has been done. Tanaka now with a chance to do some damage on Tommy Rich, and he is going to go up for the death jump. Pat Tanaka climbing the ropes and coming off with a big missile drop kick off of the top rope that again puts Tommy Rich down on his keister. And now Tanaka making the legal tag into Paul Diamond, who is in the ring and in control, with a big gourd buster. Gourd buster on Tommy Rich, and Tommy Rich is going to roll out of the ring and down to the arena floor. On the arena floor, it is Paul Diamond coming out after Tommy Rich with a foreign object. He's got the ring mic, and he just blasted Tommy Rich with the ring mic. Will he be disqualified? No, as the referee is going to let it go. And as they come back into the ring, it is now Rich being shoved back into the ring by Paul Diamond, and Paul Diamond with a big body slam, putting Rich down on the mat once again. And Diamond following that up with a hard back elbow. Opportunity for a double team here for Bad Company. And on a roll of 9, it is a deadly elbow smash delivered by Pat Tanaka to Tommy Rich. Tanaka now in the ring and in control once again with a rub of the face onto the mat. Very impolite move there by Pat Tanaka. Tommy Rich, he's got a temper. He's not happy about that, and he just gets up and kicks Pat Tanaka right in the midsection. Tanaka not able to make the tag. Rich will tag will tag Tracy Smothers into the match. And now it is Smothers coming after Pat Tanaka with a flying shoulder block. And Tanaka once again is down. Tanaka in trouble here. He's been in trouble a good bit this match. And now it is Tracy Smothers who pitches Tanaka out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on the arena floor, it is Tracy Smothers winning that battle with a throat drop onto the security railing. So the security railing taking a beating here tonight in Orlando. And the neck of Pat Tanaka not feeling much better as Tracy Smothers drops the elbow on him. Tanaka finally starting to get to his feet. Tracy Smothers going to come at him with a clothesline. This is a choice F maneuver. So he will need a roll of 9 or lower to hit this running clothesline. And on a roll of 3, he got all of it. And Pat Tanaka again is stunned. Tracy staying on him with another series of looping right hands, and Tanaka goes down once again. Tracy Smothers caught him right by the side of the head and just put him flat on his backside. And now Smothers pitching Tanaka out of the ring yet again, continuing to tempt fate. And again, it is Tracy Smothers on the arena floor, slamming Pat Tanaka onto the announcer's table. Tanaka is hurt. Tracy is on him with another big elbow drop, and finally Tanaka able to roll out of the way as Tracy Smothers hits the mat. Both men getting to their feet. And Tanaka actually first to his feet and takes Tracy Smothers over with an arm drag. Tracy will tag. Paul Diamond will tag into the match. And now it is Tommy Rich versus Paul Diamond. And it is Tommy coming at his man with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Paul Diamond. And on a roll of 3, it is Tommy Wildfire Rich. I don't know what happened there. I think SoCal Val might have grabbed his leg or something. Rich distracted, and Diamond picks him up. Back suplex over the head and down hard onto the canvas. Tommy Rich is down. Paul Diamond now goes for a gourd buster. Tommy Rich slowly getting to his feet. Diamond stays on him now. Another back elbow. Stuns Tommy Rich. Diamond keeping on the offensive with the big body slam. Tommy trying to get over to make the tag, unable to do so. A double team opportunity for the Bad Company. And oh, it is a botch. Bad Company tosses Tommy Rich into the ropes for a double clothesline, but Rich ducks under both men and comes back and takes out both members of Bad Company with a running double clothesline. Paul Diamond is down, and Tommy Rich now goes for the Thez press and the cover. And on a roll of 9, Diamond able to kick out. SoCal Val is distraught at ringside, as Tommy Rich now goes with a big pile driver. And now SoCal Val is going to get involved. What is she going to do? In desperation, SoCal Val pulls the referee out of the ring. If you are not disqualified, there is no disqualification here. If you're not disqualified, you recover and attack the distracted opponent. Roll on level 3 offense. So SoCal Val able to turn the momentum once again for Paul Diamond. But these guys haven't been able to do a lick of damage to the Southern boys in this match, and they've used up all of their interference opportunities. Diamond now going for a stump puller. This is a choice F maneuver, choice F. So he will need a roll of 7 or lower to hit the stump puller, and he cannot get it done, as Tommy Rich avoids that, and Tommy Rich comes back with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Paul Diamond, and Tommy Rich catches him with a running back elbow. Tommy Rich follows that up with a big right uppercut and a cover, and on a roll of 8, Diamond able to kick out. But both Diamond and Tanaka in rough shape here. Tommy Rich still in control, going up now for the death jump. And he hits the death jump, a big flying clothesline off the top rope. And that is going to provide another double team opportunity for the Southern boys. And on a roll of 6, they deliver a bone-crunching double clothesline to Paul Diamond. Tracy Smothers now the legal man in the ring. Can he finish off Paul Diamond? He goes for the moonsault body block and got him over and down. Diamond slowly getting back to his feet, doing his best to recover, as Smothers hits him with another cross body block. And now it is Smothers going to attempt a running clothesline, a choice F maneuver. So he will need a roll of 7 or lower to hit that. And finally, Paul Diamond able to dodge that clothesline. And Paul Diamond now comes back instead with a big body slam, taking Tracy Smothers down. Both men slowly getting to their feet. Tracy Smothers first to his feet with an arm trap belly to belly. Big suplex that takes Diamond back down to the canvas once again. Tracy Smothers follows that up with another running cross body. Diamond still getting to his feet. He is fighting with all he's got. Looping right hands from Tracy Smothers. And Diamond not able to make the tag. Double team opportunity for the Southern boys. And on a roll of 10, it is going to be a botch, as Diamond ducks out of the way and Tracy Smothers and Tommy Rich collide in the center of the ring. Diamond now with another opportunity to go back on the offense. Whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Tracy Smothers, and now Diamond ducks his head too soon, and Tracy Smothers catches him and dumps him face first onto the canvas with a DDT. Everything is coming up roses for the Wild-Eyed Southern boys tonight, as Tracy Smothers pitches Paul Diamond out of the ring. And in the ringside battle, it is a cannonball off the ring apron delivered by Tracy Smothers. And Paul Diamond is wiped out once again, and Paul Diamond now is busted open. Tracy Smothers is on him. Out of the ring we go again. And again, it is Tracy Smothers winning the brawl on the arena floor with a big suplex onto the canvas. Finally, Paul Diamond rolls back in. Double team opportunity for the Southern boys, and another devastating double team tag move is going to put Diamond in further danger. Tommy Rich now in control. Thez press and a cover. And on a roll of 4, he got him. Domination by the wild-eyed Southern boys here tonight in Orlando. Flawless victory for Tracy Smothers and Tommy Rich. Tommy Rich getting the pinfall victory over Paul Diamond with the Thez Press. And it will be 3 weeks from now, Tommy Rich and Tracy Smothers headed to Dawn of Destiny 2026 to take on the Midnight Express for the World Tag Team Championship. All right, so congratulations to the wild-eyed Southern boys, Tommy Rich, Tracy Smothers, for a big win tonight here in Orlando. And that brings us now to our main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is an interpromotional grudge match. Scheduled for one fall to a finish with no time limit and no disqualification. And I talked to Jeff earlier today, Jeff Stafford from Great North Wrestling, and he was excited about tonight's show. I hope he is able to make it. Jeff, if you're here with us, it'll be great to have you. A big match feel here indeed. Introducing first, representing Velvet Wrestling, standing at 6'3", weighing 245 pounds, out of Omaha, Nebraska, this is Ted DiBiase. And his tag team partner is a former Butcher Legacy champion out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, standing at 5'11", weighing 248 pounds. This is the living legend, Larry ZBYSZKO. And their opponents, representing Great North Wrestling, coming to the ring first out of Kansas City, Kansas. Standing at 6'4", weighing at 254 pounds, he is your current Butcher Legacy champion. This is Bob Orton. And his tag team partner from Khartoum, Sudan. Standing at 6 foot tall, weighing 481 pounds. This is Abdullah the Butcher. So, wow. A very scary tag team partner chosen by Bob Orton for this high-stakes matchup. And just to review the stipulations on this match, if the team of ZBYSZKO and DiBiase can get the victory, then ZBYSZKO will get a rematch at the Butcher Legacy Championship. So Bob Orton now fighting for the rights to not have to face Larry ZBYSZKO again for the title after the altercation last week in Detroit. And it is going to be Abdullah the Butcher starting things off for his team against Ted DiBiase. And gosh, DiBiase looks like he's about to lose his lunch, as he is facing off against a man with nearly 250-pound weight advantage and a mean streak as wide as his backside, and probably some sort of foreign object tucked away somewhere. Abdullah the Butcher, well known for his propensity to carve up his opponents. But to start things off, we have got a shenanigans roll brought to you by Ted DiBiase. What is going to happen here as DiBiase takes us to the face to the match shenanigans book? Is he a cheater? Yes, he is. Wrestler distracts referee while opponent delivers an illegal blow. Or while the partner delivers an illegal blow. So Ted DiBiase negotiating with the referee, trying to get him to search Abdullah the Butcher, and out of nowhere, ZBYSZKO comes in with a cheap shot on Abdullah the Butcher. So Ted DiBiase will start this match on the advantage with a big clothesline, and Abdullah immediately goes down and eats a point of fatigue. His pin rating is a 4-1, so will not need to roll the pin. But DiBiase quickly taking control, and now a big hip toss by Ted DiBiase takes Abdullah down once again. And already we've got a double team opportunity for the Velvet team. And on a roll of 10, it is going to be a collision as Abdullah the Butcher somehow ducks away, and DiBiase is accidentally struck by Larry ZBYSZKO with a clothesline. So now there's confusion all over the place. ZBYSZKO and DiBiase having a few words of misunderstanding. Abdullah the Butcher finally getting to his feet, and now he's coming after Ted DiBiase with a foreign object. Ted DiBiase was just busted open by Abdullah the Butcher with some sort of an object that he pulled out of his tights, and now it is DiBiase who's in trouble. And Abdullah the Butcher is just going to stand on him. And finally, DiBiase getting to his feet, and Bob Orton takes this opportunity to tag himself into the match. We've already had shenanigans on both sides in this one, as Orton comes at DiBiase with hard punches and forearms. DiBiase covering up as Orton goes back on the attack. A head scissors and a knee smash on DiBiase. DiBiase finally getting to his feet, and DiBiase with a big suplex that takes Orton up, over, and down to the canvas. Ted DiBiase now in control, going to tag in Larry ZBYSZKO. ZBYSZKO still sore about losing the title. And ZBYSZKO comes at Bob Orton, whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Orton, but oh, it is Orton who lifts a knee to the head of ZBYSZKO as ZBYSZKO charged recklessly into the turnbuckle. Now Bob Orton is back in control. Orton with a step over toe hold. ZBYSZKO quickly getting to the ropes. Orton stays on him with a knee smash, followed by another step over toe hold, and now Orton is going to tag Abdullah the Butcher back into this match. In comes Abdullah with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes ZBYSZKO, and on a roll of 7, let's see, ropes B7, that is a running back elbow from Abdullah the Butcher, knocking Larry ZBYSZKO down to one knee. And now Abdullah is just going to stand on Larry ZBYSZKO. ZBYSZKO, humiliated by that, finally works his way free from Abdullah and gets to his feet, but Abdullah's on him, and Abdullah just busted open Larry ZBYSZKO with a foreign object. ZBYSZKO has now been cut by the object. Abdullah the Butcher is doing all kinds of damage. ZBYSZKO rolling out of the ring, and on the arena floor it is ZBYSZKO who takes control and whips Abdullah the Butcher into the ring steps. Abdullah hits the ring steps hard. That's 480 pounds worth of guy slamming into the ring steps. And he now is coming up ginger. ZBYSZKO is staying on him. And ZBYSZKO now is going to attempt a pile driver on Abdullah. He goes for the cover, and Abdullah able to kick out. Larry ZBYSZKO trying everything in his power to win this match and gain his title shot. And here comes another pile driver attempt and another kick out by Abdullah. And now it is a double team opportunity for the Velvet team. And this time they botch again. You hold the opponent while your partner tries to jump off the turnbuckle with a deadly elbow smash, but the opponent ducks. You get hit instead. The opponent goes for a quick cover. Roll your pin. ZBYSZKO shoulders to the mat. Abdullah covers him. And oh, ZBYSZKO barely able to kick out. Now Abdullah will tag back into Bob Orton. Orton on ZBYSZKO. Knee smashes to the head. He goes for the cover again. And again ZBYSZKO forced to kick out. DiBiase going to defend his man. DiBiase coming into the ring. And DiBiase is put out of the ring but ZBYSZKO able to take advantage of the distraction, and ZBYSZKO is able to score a karate thrust in the middle of the distraction to take control of the match momentarily as Orton staggers to his feet. ZBYSZKO on Orton. A big drop kick delivered by ZBYSZKO. Orton is down, and ZBYSZKO now tags in DiBiase the old-fashioned way. Ted DiBiase working against Bob Orton now with a vertical suplex. Orton slowly getting to his feet. DiBiase follows that up with another gut-wrench suplex, and this time Orton is down. Orton is down. DiBiase is on him with a big power slam. Can Orton make the tag? No, he cannot. DiBiase stays on him. The Cobra Clutch has been applied. Can Orton escape? Yes, he can. He gets to the ropes. But now Orton has taken some fatigue from that Cobra Clutch. It's going to be a double team opportunity again for DiBiase and ZBYSZKO. They haven't had a lot of success here, but now they do hit a devastating double team move on Orton that's going to cost Orton another point of fatigue. The legal men now are ZBYSZKO and Orton, the two principals in this match. What is ZBYSZKO going to do? He is going to pitch Bob Orton out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on the arena floor, it is Larry ZBYSZKO with a foreign object. Larry ZBYSZKO has a trash can, and he is going to try and hit Bob Orton with this trash can. But Bob Orton kicks the trash can out of the hands of Larry ZBYSZKO and just smacks ZBYSZKO over the top of the head with the lid of that trash can. ZBYSZKO, already busted open, is going to take another point of fatigue as action returns to the ring. And a standing neck breaker now by Bob Orton. ZBYSZKO rolling out of the ring once again. And this time on the arena floor, it is Orton winning the brawl with a pile driver onto the ring steps. ZBYSZKO in all kinds of trouble now. Orton tags in Abdullah the Butcher. This may not end well for Larry ZBYSZKO as Abdullah comes in with a torture rack slam. That is a choice H maneuver. Death jump or agility. I don't see Abdullah the Butcher as a death jump kind of guy, so he is going to try for a torture rack slam on a roll of 8 or lower, and on a roll of 7 he got him. Got him over, and ZBYSZKO again rolling out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Shenanigans on the arena floor. What is going to happen here? We are going to have DiBiase getting involved. What is DiBiase going to do here? DiBiase has gone into his trunks for his own foreign object. And this looks like some special foreign object. It's a shiny thing. It looks like DiBiase has got a solid gold fork in his trunks. And DiBiase now talking to Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah the Butcher really likes the looks of this of this golden fork, and he wants that golden fork. And DiBiase is instructing Abdullah the Butcher. There are some negotiations taking place here. And oh, ladies and gentlemen, out of nowhere, Abdullah the Butcher accepts the golden fork, and Abdullah the Butcher slams the golden fork right into the forehead of his own partner, Bob Orton Sr. Abdullah the Butcher has the golden fork in hand. He's got a smile on his face from ear to ear, and he is leaving ringside. Bob Orton has been left to his own devices after being busted open with that golden fork. And now it is going to be a handicap match, it looks like, as back into the ring we go. ZBYSZKO slams the head of Bob Orton into the turnbuckle. He's going to go for the cover, and on a roll of 9, Orton just able to kick out. But now DiBiase tags in. It's 1-on-2 here. Bob Orton abandoned by his partner. DiBiase now coming off of the second rope with a double axe handle blow. He nails that, and Orton is down once again. Orton struggling to his feet. DiBiase stays on him with a big fist drop. Orton finally gets to his feet and tries to fire back with a front face lock. DiBiase trying to fight that off. Orton comes at him with a headlock takeover and gets DiBiase down. And now he goes for the step over toe hold. DiBiase rolling out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Bob Orton has got now his title belt. And he is coming after Ted DiBiase with his title belt. But it is ZBYSZKO who is able to intercept the title belt and smash Bob Orton with his own title belt. The ultimate betrayal. Abdullah the Butcher got into this match for the money, and Ted DiBiase paid him off. And now it is Orton who is at the mercy of Larry ZBYSZKO in the ring. And Larry ZBYSZKO slams the head of Orton once again into the turnbuckle. ZBYSZKO now, another whip to the turnbuckle. But Orton catches him coming in, feet on the ropes. Orton goes for the pin, and on a roll of 5, he got him. Wow! I do not believe what I just saw as Bob Orton Sr., out of nowhere, takes advantage of a miscalculation by Larry ZBYSZKO coming into the turnbuckle. Orton ducked out of the way. ZBYSZKO hit the turnbuckle hard. Orton, feet on the ropes, folded him up and pinned him before anybody could do anything about it. This is a no disqualification matchup, and the decision of the referee is final. Bob Orton fighting 1 against 2, able to get the win over Larry ZBYSZKO in a miraculous fashion. Bob Orton successfully able to keep hold of his Butcher Legacy Championship and not have to defend it against Larry ZBYSZKO after a crazy turn of events. I thought that thing was going to be over with when Abdullah the Butcher left the ring area. Bob Orton got busted open with a golden fork. Bob Orton got hit with his own title belt. But Larry ZBYSZKO made one miscalculation, charging into the turnbuckle, missed everything, and Bob Orton with the fold-up pin with the feet on the ropes gets the 3 count, and Larry ZBYSZKO is going home without his shot at the Butcher Legacy Championship. An unbelievable finish here in Orlando. And that is going to wrap things up for tonight. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. We had so much fun tonight. Grant Bachoco, Jim Lawrence, Neely Bob, Bear 805, Barbara 113, Jay Randis, Mark Ferguson, a very distinguished cast of characters gracing the Dave Cave here tonight. And unfortunately, Jeff Stafford couldn't make it, but I'm sure he will be very excited when he checks out the replay of this one and sees that his man Bob Orton Jr. survived the challenge of Larry ZBYSZKO and the betrayal of his own partner. And if folks want to keep the action going, Hollywood Elite Wrestling starts at the top of the hour. I will be there. So, for the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, this is Dave Little signing off from the Dave Cave. That's our stream, and I am out of here.